welcome to my channel, Lady D. This will be my video for the week ahead, where I discuss the planets and what's happening with them, and I give you a little card reading, a channel, and just a bit of insights of what's coming up next week. So I will go through the positive aspects of what we've got coming up for next week, because we do have a number of aspects that is going to be not as positive. We've had a few weeks where we've had really good energy and good transits, and now we're coming into the part where things are not going to be as positive. So I have a feeling this week's going to be a bit frustrating, especially when we come to like over the weekend and things. But we know we're resilient, we can get through it, we can get through anything that, you know, life puts through us. So the positives are this week. We have a sextile between Saturn and Uranus. So that's going to be, I see that's helping you be more resilient. I see that unexpected, to me it's unexpected issues that come up. And because it's a sextile, they're working together. So it's an unexpected problem, but you're going to get through it with ease. Or there could be a positive outcome with that problem that comes up. Then we've also got a sextile with Uranus, Jupiter to Neptune. So to me, that's a transit. Well, to me, Neptune does represent dissolve, but it also does represent like delusion, a little bit of like, I guess, sort of craziness. It's Pisces, and Neptune is in Pisces. So to me, that aspect is about seeing through people's bullcrap, people who are spinning you lies, people trying to manipulate you. You're able to see that, and it's like you can just end it or you can just go. There may be things that are going to be ending with this transit, but it's not a bad ending, or just dissolving around you, but it's not a bad thing. Again, tries and sextiles are quite a positive. And then you've got Jupiter and also Uranus and a sextile with Neptune and Pluto, and then the tries with Jupiter and Uranus to Pluto. To me, that's about a positive transformation, unexpected changes coming up here. But it's like you get luck with it. So you're going through, and we've had these there for a few weeks, so they're continuing to be there. So it's this transformation that we're all going through, but it's a positive one. That does probably will be some sort of ending, like a big transformation, like a fire. Pluto's like I always say it's like the fire that goes through the forest or the bush, but then you've got the aftergrowth. You get things back in return. So they're more the positives. We've still got Venus close to the Sun, and by the 13th next week, by Thursday the 13th, we've got Venus in 2 degrees of the Sun, plus you're going to have Mercury in 2 degrees of the other side of the Sun, because by the end of the month, Venus and Mercury will be coming together. That also will be a positive aspect. Now we do have Mars moving into Taurus. So Mars moving into Taurus on the 10th. This is going to bring, so Mars is really giving us more motivated, pushing us through, giving us more energy. And also, I guess, if you're in Aries, certain frustrations that are coming up with that, or feeling more powerful, or strength, or more courage with that, because Mars is in its ruled sign, Aries. Now it's going to go into Taurus. It might not like Taurus that much. Taurus, I feel like it's Mars is sort of slowing down a little bit, or make us feel like less motivated, or getting stuck on certain issues. Could be a sense of being frustrated with money stuff, involving money or finances, or looking at wanting to be motivated to find, you know, secure, what makes us feel secure in our environment, helping us to create a stability here. But I also feel like, so a person whose Mars is in Taurus, you'll find that the anger is kind of slow to burn, I find, but once they get angry, they get really stuck on that thing, and they don't see any other opinion. That's it. They get very stuck on it. I know my brother, he's a Taurus, and having an argument with him is quite frustrating. And for me, he's very got a Taurus energy in his chart. So for someone like me, who's more, I do have a bit of earth, but I'm an Aquarian, so I've got a lot of air as well. He gets bogged down, and even though you tell him things, he gets like bogged down, and that's all he sees. So you'll find that people with Mars in Taurus, when they get angry, it's that's tunnel vision there. They can't get off that. So that could be coming up with that too. We've got some squares happening. Okay, we've got Venus and the Sun still with the Sun a few days, but the whole week with Venus here squaring Saturn. Then we're going to have on the 9th, we're going to have Mercury square Saturn as well. So this is going to bring up issues with communication, with our mind. I wouldn't be surprised even on the 13th here, yeah, that because we've got that square with the sun too with Saturn too, so problems in our life. We might get bogged down with things. This is going to bring up mental health stuff this week too, I feel, because we've got the Saturn in Pisces, Mercury involving the mind. It's in Gemini, where it wants to be chatty. It wants to sort of think of many different things. It wants to network with people, but it may not go according to plan. Things won't go right. Then we've got Venus, which is rules love or money. Love, not much, not just romantic love. It's like anyone that you in your life that you like. So I got itchy nose. Anyone in your life that you love, even including pets. My mum's getting frustrated with our cat that keeps on getting her attention by stretching and putting her paw on her, and then puts the claws in a little bit. And she's not doing it to me, but she's doing it to my mum, and that's really frustrating my mum. So, but my mum loves this cat. What do you do? So it's just do it to me. Plus, also, we're going to have squares to Neptune as well, with Venus on the 9th. Venus squaring Neptune, Mercury squaring Neptune on the 10th. So it's a lot of squares. And Neptune, again, I feel like it's going to be frustrating. And then we've got Mars squaring this week. There's also squaring that Pluto too, which is going to bring up things about temper. And as I said, with it going into Taurus, you're going to get stuck on tunnel vision here. You're going to get stuck on certain things, and you won't really see anything else. Nothing else will matter. Just whatever's going to frustrate you, that's just going to be stuck on those things. And maybe you feel like less motivated as well. It may even bring up certain fears or things that you're fearful of. It can bring up certain fears, I feel like, as well. This is going to bring up people who are trying to, as I say, you'll see through people's lies and manipulation, but it's going to frustrate the hell out of you this week. I just get this week that the main thing I was getting this week, which all I could get, was really frustration and people getting on people's nerves. And it's going to be where you're aware of these transits, and it's because I know astrology for myself, it helps me to deal with people, or to even with myself. Like I know, I'll go, okay, I'm reacting this way because I know what's in the sky. I know I could try and let it go or whatever. Try and take a step back. So it is going to be where you're aware of these certain issues, things coming up, and it will be about taking a step back or trying to see things, taking a deep breath. You may be wanting a time out, but it is going to be a bit hectic. We do have some sextiles here to Chiron as well, which is good. We've got Venus, we've got Mercury, and the Sun, all going to be in sextile to Chiron. Yep, to Chiron, I'm just noticing now. So that's going to be good. That's good, because we won't get bogged down too much. Things that are giving us these emotional pains and sort of wounds here. There is a bit of a healing we sense with that. There is a bit like, well, it won't be too deep. The wounds or the things that we're going to issue might not be too deep. It may be sort of more surface, but just to, know that technology may not go the right way. Any sort of communication, mistakes happening, things going haywire. It's going to happen. For money, may not, if you're someone who's like a contractor, who may not, money for you this week may not be as much as you would like. So yeah, there is just certain things that are coming up with that. Let's do some cards for the week ahead. Okay, let's have a look here. See what we got. We got winter started this week in Sydney. We're in Australia, and even though we don't get, or where I am, we don't get snow, but still anything below 20 degrees, which I'm not too sure what it is in America, what it is for you guys in America. I think it's cold. So I have my little blanket here. I'll let you blanket on. Okay, let's have a look while I do my work. Oh dear, getting myself all tied up. All right, we're going to want to guard our money. We're going to guard our finances. We may be even looking at the world's finances and what's happening around the world. I know there for weeks now they were saying, that everything's okay, no recession, and especially here in Australia, the government was giving, which I knew exactly was going to drive up, because I know the planets where we're going here, and they handing out certain money, certain things, which is now this week saying it's driving up a recession. So I if there's going to be more on that this week coming up. It may have us like you're trying to juggle things around, like you might be a little bit too busy, a lot going on, and you're really having to juggle things. to try and keep up with everything, but at the same time there's going to be a sense of feeling trapped and stuck, like people trying to help you, like they're not kind of able to help, like it's just stuck in the spider web. And to me, like, spider webs can be sticky, so when someone tries to help you, it's like you get bogged down in that. And I want to say be careful not getting too bogged down in issues and what's coming up. We do want to try and rise above it if we can, and if we can rise above it and sort of look at it as a person looking in, rather being in a situation, I feel like you're going to get a better result this week too. I feel like it is a good week about being with family. It's a positive thing aspect. It is about, I feel like, seeing the beauty in things, the beauty in life, I guess being grateful, really trying to turn a blind eye to things that are really rubbing you up the wrong way, I feel like. But I do feel like there is going to be certain conflicts that are coming up this week for you. Okay. And it's like detailed stuff. It's like there's Monday, maybe things that are a lot detailed coming up this week, or some sort of finances going in with detailing, and it might seem like people's worlds are falling apart, or it's like fleeing things here. But just remember that you're strong enough this week to do what you have to do. You have the courage. You're the cat. He's actually got more strength than the lion does here. And there even could be a thing of where you're feeling quite bored, you're feeling tired, you're in a sense of neglect coming up in that I kind of feel too. But I feel like you're over stuff, like you're over people's manipulation, you're over people trying to mistake you and your feelings, and you're really wanting people to really, you're really trying to come above things and go beyond the mundane world and where you are, and where you're seeing where you fit to. I feel like the world as you know it's very much, it's changing, and there's a lot of greed that's also coming up here, and I feel like that's also going to be starting to be a lot more exposed, certain greeds, and I'm going to say certain people's plans, like if there's someone around you, or we're seeing you in the world who's not in the best light, like evil plans being shown here, I feel like too, it's coming up as well. But there is something to celebrate or to recognize here that is going to be positive. And even because it could be your own courage and your own the way that you deal with things, or you deal with situations that's happening around you as well. So I do get a sense that that's coming up for the week ahead too. So, which cards do I want? I think we'll do those, back on here they are. Okay, but let's just do a channel now for the week ahead as well. This week is going to be an awful, frustrated week for you all. For you're all going to be affected by the planets this week in some way, somehow. Your truth will be heard, and your truth will be your truth. But for other people, it may not be their truths. Remember to be respectful and open to other people's opinions. For this week, too many people are going to be bogged down on what they think is the best and what their opinion is and what they have to say, rather than what other people around them have to say and what their opinions are. Remember to be true to yourself and true to your calling and to what you do in your life. Do not worry and do not have fear for other people trying to take away your power or trying to take something away from you. We've all got something unique inside of you that's there to spread for the world to see. We love you all and we cherish you all, and we wish you a good day. Okay, so let's do, I'll use these cards. Okay, let's have a look here. 3 cards for this week. Let's have a look here. All right. Card 1, card 2, card number 3. Okay. Card number 1. Okay. It's been rainy last 2 days. Clouds come over again. Okay, card number 1. This card here. I feel like with this card, there's something strange happening with you this week, or happening around you this week. I feel like people are a bit strange, or you're meeting people who are particular or a bit odd. I feel like that You're really using or believing in crystals, or there's a thing about, you know, using crystals this week too around you. I feel like you're very intuitive. You're using your intuition. I feel like you're getting mesmerized by the stars. You're looking at the stars in the sky this week too. Something about that. And you really want to stay away from anything that's going to like change your mindset, or anything that's going to really like the mushrooms are standing out to me. The mushroom tattoo is standing out to me on his arm. So I feel like anything to do with like maybe illegal substance, where like, or things that are that people would take sort of like, I don't know, somehow manipulation. I'm going to say something about manipulation here, whether it be a medicine form or someone trying to give you something to take. It's like you don't want to borrow of it. You want to stay in the world. You want to stay with your senses around you this week. You're really like, I just feel like you're stuck down the middle here, but you're doing things your own way. You don't want to be bogged down, and you don't want people complaining to you or telling you certain things either this week with this card. Card number 2, which is this card here. Okay, with this card, you're in a bit of a daydream this week. Daydream, you're gazing, there's promises to be made with you this week, or be made to you, and it's like you want to keep people to their promise, but there could be a sense of being misjudged, or people not keeping true to their word a bit with what they're saying to you. It's like the world's going around, you know the world's going around and around, but you want it to be a bit lighter energy this week. You want to be you want things to be blossoming around you. You're growing this week as well. You're showing people who you are. But this card, I feel like it's not a bad card. It's a lighter energy about you this week with this card. Card number 3, which is this card here. Okay, you might be feeling a little bit precious this week. You want people to understand you, but you feel like you're not being heard or not being understood. I feel like there's a bit of argumentiveness around you as well, or someone being argumentative with you, or someone pushing your buttons. I feel like that you want to be out in the sun. The sun and the moon, the planets are all affecting you a lot this week emotionally. Intuitively, there's a lot going on with you as well. You just like, you don't care what people say. I don't know, it's something about not caring what people say and what people think of you this week. You're just trying to get through the week ahead with this card. Okay, so I've got 2 days time. I've got that show with Aileen in Medagon. If you're around the area, you want to buy tickets, there's still tickets available. What else is there? July, I'm in Tamworth, and I've got Central Coast. So in the beginning, the first weekend July, I'll be in Tamworth. Then I think a week after that, I'll be Central Coast as well. So we're reading at the shops too. And I think that's about it too. Okay, so just get through this week ahead the best you can. Thank you for your likes, shares and your comments, and I'll see you for my next video. So bye for now.